Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
Nino Brown Boxing, and I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. So, I was inspired to make this video after an interesting discussion I just had on Instagram in Keith Thurman's comment section. Now, the guy doing the comments, he was saying Errol Spence's height, and he was talking about Errol Spence's resume. He was basically saying like he beat a punching bag in Lamont Peterson. Errol Spence beat a broken Kell Brook coming off a loss at middleweight. The weight loss from middleweight back down to welterweight hurt him, and he started talking about the Algieri fight and how he beat Algieri, but none of that is worth all the hype that Spence is receiving. So my rebuttal was, okay, I see your points with that, even though certain things that you said are invalid, but I let him say his point. So my rebuttal was, well, you got to keep Thurman that beat Danny Garcia. In my opinion, Danny Garcia is an unproven welterweight. He's a proven junior welterweight to some degree, but he's an unproven welterweight. You know, he beat a dead Robert Guerrero. He beat pillow-fisted old man Paulie Malignaggi, and he beat Samuel Vargas at welterweight. These are all of his full 147-pound welterweight fights before he fought Keith Thurman. Then he gets in there with someone that's respectable. You know, it's a great size for the division. Some people say Thurman is a weight bully. Me personally, I don't agree. I just think the whole weight situation, that's just the dynamic of boxing at this point in time. But so I was like, okay, well, Danny Garcia is an unproven welterweight. And then you got Sean Porter on the other hand. When he stepped up and fought some of his best competition, he lost against Kell Brook. He lost against the man that Errol Spence beat. So even though you can have the argument that, well, Errol Spence beat him after the whole Gennady Golovkin thing, I mean, that's not Errol Spence's problem. I still believe Kell Brook can beat Sean Porter today, especially after getting in the ring with Triple G and getting in the ring with Errol Spence. I truly believe he can beat him today. Sean Porter doesn't pack some massive punch that'll destroy his eyes, but that's not the here nor there. So the conversation went on, and the whole comparison to Thurman and Mayweather started because I brought up the whole point about people starting to boycott Thurman, or the plan is to boycott Thurman. And his response was, well, people that are boycotting Thurman, they're ignorant. And I was like, well, how are they ignorant? Thurman is the one out here. He's put out in the public, he made it public record in multiple interviews and videos that he has an O. He's not afraid to let it go. If you can beat me, beat me. Well, in order for that to happen, you have to get in the ring. And if you're saying a guy like Spence, the number one person that fans want you to fight, he's not on your radar, how serious can we take you when you say you got an O, you're not afraid to let it go, and if you can beat me, beat me? It seemed like you're just talking outside of your head when you make those statements. So, to me, it's like, you holding one man is holding another man to his words, and Thurman is pretty much using some tactical maneuvering and basically saying, oh yeah, I'm still not afraid to let my old go, but Errol Spence isn't on my radar. Come on, it's complete BS. So the guy on Instagram responded saying, well, you guys didn't boycott Mayweather when he didn't fight Pacquiao for all of those years. And my rebuttal to that was, that situation was extremely different. Manny Pacquiao was promoted by Bob Arum. So you have promotional difficulties and the whole drug testing thing. You have two giant obstacles that's a non-factor when it comes to Spence and Thurman. So making that comparison, it's not even accurate. And on top of that, this Mayweather, did he ever fully clean out a division and become undisputed? No, he did not. And I can't say that he did, because that would be completely false. But one thing Mayweather did do, he moved up and he fought champions in the division that he moved up to. Now, he did his little maneuvering, he vacated belts and did whatever he had to do, but he moved up. and he moved up more than once. Keith Thurman has not moved up and fought a champion. Now, at this point in Thurman's career, let's say Thurman came back, he fought his tune-up, hypothetically, let's say it's Jesse Vargas. He beats Jesse Vargas. He gives Garcia and Porter a rematch. He beats them, and he completely avoids Spence and moves up to 154, and he faces a Charlo. If Thurman was to do that, we're talking a whole different story now. Because if we're going to compare Thurman and Mayweather, and people keep on, and Thurman keep on bringing up Mayweather's name in interviews regarding the whole Spence situation, like, we got to remember, Thurman is 29 years old. He's not even 30 yet. He's not even 31. So the fact that Thurman hasn't moved up yet, he hasn't faced guys that are bigger than him. He's had a size advantage over most guys that he's faced. And it's just one of those things where I will give Thurman a pass if he was to fight Charlo. I would give him a pass if he fought Charlo. If he was to fight Jarrett Hurd, he gets a pass. If he was to fight Erislandy Lara, he gets a pass. But do you think Thurman is going to move up to 154 and fight those killers? Absolutely not. Do I think Hurd will run through Thurman? Yes, Hurd would destroy Thurman. Charlo would destroy Thurman. I don't think Lara would destroy Thurman, but Thurman likes to get on his bicycle and, move around the ring. And Lara would easily outbox Thurman. No doubt in my mind that would happen. And on top of that, Lara has been hit by bigger punchers than Keith Thurman. So if I know Thor can take a shot from Canelo, he can take a shot from Angulo, he definitely can take a shot from Keith Thurman. So it's just one of those things where the discussion I had with this guy on Instagram, it was a respectful conversation. It was definitely fun. But all of these comparisons with Keith Thurman and Mayweather saying that pretty much Keith is doing pretty much the same thing as Mayweather, like, no, it's not the same. Like, take Mayweather's legendary status out of the scenario completely. He's still not doing the same because Keith Thurman is not about to move up. He's not going to move up. And Mayweather only gave guys rematches that people thought it was a close fight. Now, people thought that the Porter fight was close. Okay. But the Danny Garcia fight was not close at all. He came out full steam, crushed him in the beginning, and for the last few rounds, he pretty much just moved around the ring because Danny Garcia couldn't catch up with him. He beat him flat out. So my whole thing is, my issue with Keith Thurman is simple. If Keith Thurman comes back, he has his tune-up, he hits up Al Heyman, he says, you know what, I want to take another fight, but I want to have a fight deal. Sign me a full contract, sign me and Errol Spence up full contract, and have it so I'll face my tune-up fight. I'll face another opponent. Spence will face another opponent. We'll do that around the same time in the same month, or even possibly on the same card. And then if both of us win, we'll face each other in our next fights. Why can't that agreement be made? Why? It literally makes no sense. You have the same manager, advisor, and Al Heyman. You both are PBC fighters. It should be no reason. It should be nothing stopping Thurman and Spence for signing a deal to fight each other in the future, whether it's the next fight or 2 fights away. That's my beef with Keith Thurman. So all of the talk about boycotting Thurman, to me, I feel that it's just. I have no problem with it for the simple fact, we the fans, we're the consumer. Keith Thurman is not giving the consumers what they want. People aren't out here asking for Keith Thurman to rematch Danny Garcia. People aren't asking for Keith Thurman to rematch Sean Porter. We understand the whole tune-up because he's coming off an injury, but we want Errol Spence. And if not Errol Spence, we want Terrence Crawford. Now, we understand that the politics when it comes to Terrence Crawford is different, but that's why Errol Spence is that number one fight that the fans want to happen. And then the fact that Keith Thurman isn't doing what is necessary to make the fight happen, that's when the whole boycott is being inserted. Now, all of this can be avoided if Errol Spence and Keith Thurman sit down with Al Heyman, they come up when they draw these contracts up, and Keith Thurman comes out and say, me and Errol Spence has made a deal, this is the plan, and Errol Spence comes out and he confirms what Keith Thurman is saying is completely accurate. We made a plan. Me, Earl Spence, I'll fight such and such. Keith Thurman is going to have his tune-up and fight such and such. And then after that, we'll, considering Thurman and Spence win their fights, then we're going to get in the ring. Cool. I understand. I'll be fair about it. Completely go back to supporting Thurman. Ready to go. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing what he said he would do. He's writing a check that he can cash. He's not afraid to let his O go, and he's willing to get in the ring, and he's standing by, if you can beat me, beat me. For me, it's simple as that. If anybody else got any different suggestions or any other input, just drop it down in the comment section. I'm down for respectful dialogue when it comes to this matter. This is like to me, this is the biggest fight in boxing that can be made right now. This is the fight that I believe is highly anticipated. Only thing that can compare to this fight is Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. But we'll see what happens. Until then, Nino Brown Boxing will boycott Keith Thurman until Keith comes out and says it, Earl Spence comes out and says it, that they've come to an agreement. This is the situation, and it's been put in writing. They've both signed, and it's been sealed and delivered to the fans. That's when the boycott for Nino Brown Boxing of Keith Thurman will be over. Until then, this is Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Peace.